Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, approximately 9 a.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii on Tuesday, the 8th day of August, and this is the daily report for gold. Say it again, gold hit a new record high last night, hitting roughly above 1780. 1782 is the actual high print basis COMEX. Currently we have the market at 1770, and that's after a small round of profit taking took the market down approximately $60 in a period of about 4 hours. We'll start by taking a look at a 60-minute chart so you can kind of get a sense or a feel for that activity. This, of course, is a ordinary candlestick, each candlestick representing 1 hour in time. And as you can see here, we have the market trading higher. This is in yesterday's session. You can see that the market tops right here at 770, comes down, and then makes this high right here, right around 1780. You can see from there we had a pretty much straight procession of profit taking, in which we saw this the first hour of trading come back down around to about 66, but then each hour you can see this drop here was quite precarious because you were at about 68, drops to about 50, and you can see these drops came down, and then we did find a very, very strong band of support right in here at 1720, and since then the market has recouped much of those early morning losses, and as I said, currently trading 1761, and as you can see is quite volatile to say the least. There's no doubt about that. Now, when we take a look at this through the eyes of a daily chart, you can see what kind of sizable moves we have had over the last two trading days. There, of course, is our record top, 1780. It gets hard to say. Unbelievable. Yesterday's trading activity, and of course, the first gap that we have truly seen in the market in quite some time. Now, there's many things that we're finding interesting. Of course, traders, you should be fairly eloquently positioned at this point. Our first position, of course, is down around 1587, right in this area. Our second position, if you took that on and added to the position, you were in it at around 1624. So we've got one position right in here. We have another position, call it 87, so somewhere right in here. And you can see that since that point, we have had just an incredible, genuine breakout as the market came and almost moved in a linear manner. And really, to express that best, if we take this chart and just basically move it into a configuration that more people are comfortable in terms of seeing in the way a chart would look, and then we take a look at this move that happened, you can see that over these last 3 days, it's basically a straight linear move up. This marketplace, since this rally at 1480, has absolutely been on a tear, and we are witnessing literally new high after new record high at this point, almost on a daily basis. So, where do we think this market's going, and what are some basic projections? We've been talking about that over the last couple of weeks. First thing that I am finding of interest, this is a chart that we have been plotting a couple of our Fibonacci extensions. It is in straightforward candlestick format, and what you can see is, at least on a tentative basis, and I always use the word tentative because I never know what's going to happen in the next breath I take pretty much in this market. But as you can see, the 1780, 1782, that particular area that we have plotted weeks ago, as the market came up, you can see it's 161% extension of the distance moved in wave one. And it's a pretty strong Fibonacci number. And typically, when you get a wave count and you use your wave one as a standard benchmark, there's a couple things that we note. The first thing that we note is that since wave 3 should never be or cannot be the smallest of any of the impulse waves, the first extension that we'll typically look at is, well, where would we go if we had equal moves in wave 1 and wave 3? We'll then plot a couple other areas, of course, and these are based on just our standard Fibonacci, which is 23, 38, and 61. So as you can see, I've plotted these numbers on our extension right in here, and you can see that we can, without a question of a doubt, see that we had some resistance and is currently the definitive resistance in terms of gold prices in this area, and that's 1780, the new record top, 1782. I think that's close enough. Of course, there's an ask bid spread, and we are looking at the bid price, so the lower of the two prices. So traders, it's just been a phenomenal day. You had a Federal Reserve meeting and a statement, and the market still has come out and remained relatively strong. As I said, after selling off to about 1420, it has recouped at this point at 1764, a good $44 of that correction. And yes, these things are happening in the same 24-hour period. So this is a fast and furious market, and I'm glad that we're positioned with a nice long position and an ad that we got yesterday. This is Gary Wagner wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.
Many sights to see, and when I look in my window, so many different people to be, that it's strange